Hi there guys, Sam here. Welcome to another video where I go through which Mark 7 Golf R you should buy. So I'll get straight into the video really. So yes, you join me once again for another video on a Monday lunchtime. Yes, back at work and all that kind of things. But yeah, we're all getting through it. Thanks again so much for the support on my recent videos. Trying to keep up with a video a day during this lockdown here in the UK until it's over. And for all of those who are subscribed, thank you so much for still tuning into the videos and enjoying the content. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You know, there's plenty of automotive content on this channel, lots of Golf R content, lots of Mark 8 Golf R content, lots on my personal Mark 7 Golf R as well, which I've had for about 2.5 years. That's where the channel's kind of really been around. But I also do fast forward content and Porsche content as well. So it's all the stuff I kind of like, and I hope you would like it too. So please check out those and check out from the playlists as well that I've got, which I'll probably show on screen as I am talking. But yeah, let's get straight into this video. So which Mach 7 Golf R should you buy? So we're in May 2020, and I have mentioned this in other videos. I think this is a good time to actually get a Mach 7 Golf R. Or give it a couple of months until COVID kind of goes away a little bit, but it's a good time to kind of get one. And you know, I lose track of the amount of conversations I have with my subscribers, and you know, so many people that I talk about which Mark 7 Golf R to get. Now I should stress this is all personal preference, and I know, for example, a lot of owners love like the DSG gearbox, a lot of owners love sort of like the 5-door, they like the panoramic roof, they like all these kind of different things that you should get. So I'm not going to go into every single different variety. You know, any Mark 7 Golf R frankly is a great car, but I'm going to try and pick out something a bit more specific and maybe a bit more hard to come by in some ways, and explain why it could be quite a good buy. So sadly, going back to the unfortunate emission laws and everything that's come into place, that really took a dent on lots of cars and lots of car manufacturers. In fact, it's one of the reasons why they stopped making the Focus RS back in 2018. You know, that engine, that configuration, it just couldn't cope, so they had to basically drop it quite early. Only had a 2-year lifespan. Whereas the Golf R has sort of run for, well, 5-6 years, so that's really, really good on that side. Now, I always have kind of like an unwritten rule in my head that it's always quite good to buy a car at 2 years old and sell it at 4 years old. Now, you don't have to completely stick by that kind of rule. You don't even necessarily have to sell your car. But it's always quite a good way to do, because after 2 years, the car has lost most of its money. And at 4 years, it's kind of retained quite a bit from that kind of gap. Also at 2 years, you know, you've still got a year's warranty left, so if the previous owner has driven it like he's stolen it or she's stolen it, yeah, you kind of a little bit safeguard and covered from also any just manufacturing faults and stuff like that. And yeah, it kind of makes ownership a little bit better, and it doesn't cost you as much, so it's great. At 2 years old, the car's barely run in, and particularly with these EA AAA engines, they free up and they get better the more you drive them. I'm at 30,000 miles on mine, and I still feel like it's getting, you know, it's breathing a little bit better each day. So yeah, it's quite cool to actually get a car at that stage. So which car should you get? So I'm talking more about kind of like the facelift car, because I think that would be the right kind of car to get. You know, it's a good time to think about it with the Mark 8 Golf R being talked about and potentially on the horizon later this year or early next year. We'll have to see. Probably more likely later this year, to be honest, the amount of testing they're doing. And I've seen a few Mark 8 GTIs on the road and stuff. I've done videos on that in the past as well, if you want to check that out from the link above. So going back to the emissions laws, they came into place in around September 2018. So that's after that period, cars had to be a lot more emission friendly. They had to fit particulate filters. They had to fit all these kind of things. And unfortunately, what that meant is it dented the sound, which is a bit of a shame. You know, these cars Golf Rs don't make particularly massive amount of noise, but you know, it's even more restricted. And it also meant VW had to change their strategy on the car. The facelift model was uprated to around 310 brake horsepower, or 310 PS. And what they had to do after September 2018, they had to reduce it back down to 296, which is exactly what my car's got, the old Mark 7. So the differences are less, basically. The good news is there's a sweet spot of a car to get, and for me that is in between around when the Golf R came out. You know, they started making those kind of cars in the UK from around April, May 2017, and then all the way up till, let's say, mid 2018. And if you can get a car, say an early 2018 car, a facelift car with, you get the nice digital dash, and yeah, you get full on power, 310 brake horsepower, it's going to sound as good as it possibly can do. That's kind of a good car to get. And my personal preference would be to go for a manual gearbox, because VW kind of have killed off the manual gearbox completely. A lot of manufacturers are, and particularly towards the end of the facelift's life, they just sold DSGs anyway. So I would look for a manual gearbox, adds to that engagement. But both are great gearboxes, but this is just my personal preference. I'd also potentially look for a three-door car. I know it kind of loses its practicality stuff, but if you're just wanting a car for a bit of fun that has the practicality still, I can still take my family in this car for meals and stuff like that, no problem. And most of the time when I'm driving it, it's just me in it or my other half, so I don't really need the back doors. But the reason why I say three-door is just, again, lots of cars are 5 doors. Like the last Focus RS was only 5 doors, the Mark III. And personal preference, I think the styling looks quite nice. In terms of like the options you should potentially look for, again, quite hard to find. Go for the adaptive dampers. I just think it adds more. You can't lose out on having adaptive dampers. Mine doesn't have it, but I think it's great to have that kind of switchable modes. If you're cruising on the motorway, stick it in comfort, absolutely fine. If you're going down a back road, stick it in race, have loads of fun. If you can, try and find one with an Akrapovic exhaust. I've spoken to subscribers before who have managed to find this kind of full setup, and yeah, for an OEM part to be on the car like that, they look really cool, they sound great, is a real good sort of pick to go for. So there we go, that's what I would look for. I would look for a 2018, this is mainly kind of UK based, but this car was sold across Europe, it was sold across America as well, so you can find it in other regions as well. But specifically for the UK, look for an early 2018 car, fits into that 2-year mould. Look for a 3-door manual, not particularly too difficult to find, but again, it's a slightly more unique car. Try and find one with adaptive dampers, the dynamic chassis control. If you can, try and find one with an Akrapovic exhaust. I think that's really cool. That's a £3,000 extra at the end of the day, and if you're getting it 2 years old, you're not paying that £3,000. You're not taking that heavy hit, but you're getting all the benefits of the car with the exhaust, which would have been bedded in and warmed up and ready for you to use. And you're getting it with a 310 brake horsepower kit, which I believe in the manual actually they rate it at 4.9, so it's a little bit faster as well, which is pretty cool. So those are that's kind of what I think is the Mark 7 Golf R to buy, the facelift version, and I think the time to do it is now. I talked to so many of you guys on this channel, and that's kind of what people kind of lean towards. Some of the enthusiasts lean towards that kind of spec. I think the Golf R is great, and to be honest with you, if you did get a DSG and you got it in a 5-door and you got it at 2018, whatever, I think you're still getting a fantastic car, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I just think this is a little bit more unique. It's something that you can kind of, if you want to keep hold of a car for kind of the long term, I think it's going to offer that a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more unique. If you're looking at a buyer in 3 or 4 years time who potentially would want to buy that car and enthusiasts looking for it, that's maybe what they're kind of looking for, potentially. And you can get it at a fantastic price as well. That's the key point. There's no reason a 2018 model can't be found between sort of £20,000 to £25,000. So that's a really good deal for what is a sensational car to drive and own. And if you do get one, subscribe to the channel, because any issues, any problems, raise it with us. I've got a great community support base here. I know my stuff from my ownership over the last few years of my Golf R, and yeah, it'd be great to be involved. And even if you're not an owner and just considering it, this is kind of the channel to find out about the Mark 7 Golf R and whether or not it's the right thing to do. I have spoken to plenty of subscribers who have gone and taken the plunge. You only live once. For me, I couldn't get a Golf R when they first came out in 2014, and I was able to save up enough to be able to get one in 2017. So that was great. You may be in the same position. The time is kind of now. If you want to do these kind of things, do them now, because in a few years' time, it's just going to become less and less as the years go on. Things become more electric. The automotive world as we know it is going to completely change. So yeah, there's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well around this, and any questions. Yeah, we'll always happy to help. Also quite interesting, because you've got to this length of time in the video, I was kind of thinking about my channel name, not too far away from 1,000 subscribers. Although I do like a lot of cars around the VW group, VW, Porsche, Fast Fords, it is kind of quite a lot around manual cars. Got nothing against the PDK gearbox or the DSG gearbox, etc. But yeah, let me know if you think I should change my channel name at 1,000 subscribers to save the manuals. I'm not too sure if it's available, but I was kind of thinking it has a bit of a better ring to it than just my name. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that one. But yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.